Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Sigmalive Hangout. Today we're discussing on the topic of tourism. We have with us tourism specialist Adamos Aspris. Welcome.
Thank
You've been in the field for quite some time, and I feel that you're the ideal person to talk a little bit about the tourism product of Cyprus. Tourism in Cyprus. Cyprus is a tourist destination. The economy is based on tourism largely. So it's a great big deal of our economy and our way of life and the way we carry ourselves as a nation in general. So I'd like to start by asking you to comment on the current tourism strategy of Cyprus. In order to be able to develop our tourism industry further than today, what would you consider our main priority to be?
First of all, thank you for the invitation. I would say that our key priority was and remains to be to ensure that Cyprus is once again known as a year-round destination. As you probably know, the market that we operate in is a very competitive market with similar destinations surrounding us. Therefore, it is important for all the partners of the tourism industry to work together and to hold continual discussions in order to promote our country in the best possible way.
And move away from the model of sun and sea and warm weather, because as you said, Cyprus was and still can be a year-round destination for tourists. But what are the key destination markets for Cyprus currently? If our product is sun and sea, do we aim to specific countries?
Well, definitely the UK and Russian markets are the markets which strongly interest us. However, there are also other developing markets which are also important for Cyprus and have significant contribution to our tourism industry. Therefore, it is important to invest more time, effort, and money in order to develop these markets further.
What are these developing markets?
Well, for example, the Israeli market, the market of Central Europe, the Scandinavian market as well. These markets are developing markets for Cyprus, and as I said before, it is important to invest more effort in order to make it feasible to attract more tourists from these areas.
What weaknesses and problems have you identified, and more importantly, what needs to be done? What changes do we need to see during 2016 in order to be in a position to hope for better days for the tourism industry in Cyprus?
I think that more or less everybody knows and realizes what the fundamental issues are. Nevertheless, I would say that the need to draw a new national strategy along with the rebranding of Cyprus are the most crucial issues that we need to deal with, and we need to deal with these issues as soon as possible. I think that it is important finally to decide what we sell to the tourists. And as you said before, sea and sun are good images, but do we also have other advantages, other experiences which we could sell to the tourists? For example, our history. We have a great number of archaeological monuments in Cyprus. Why not promote and take advantage of these archaeological monuments as well? Our wines, Cyprus wines, considered to be amongst the best wines worldwide. Our hospitality, our local cuisine, we have a variety of taste and flavors. I believe that Cyprus has a great number of advantages, a great number of interests and activities which we could also sell to the tourists. And it's time to start using these advantages in the right way in order to increase the tourist flow to our country.
The right way meaning that we should target to a greater spectrum of tourists that want to visit Cyprus, and not
Definitely.
just a specific group that want to just lay on the beach, suntan, go out at night, and maybe want to explore the natural beauties of Cyprus, the historical beauties of Cyprus. People that are in culinary traveling, that like to experience countries through their cuisine. Is that what you mean by?
Exactly. As I said before, we have a variety of experiences which we could sell to the tourists. And it's time to start using these advantages and experiences that Cyprus can offer to tourists in order to attract more tourists
To my
to our
understanding,
country.
to my understanding, we should sell Cyprus as a whole and not as a part of something, not just a piece of a puzzle, which is the sea and the sand. But do you believe that the key players of the tourist industry understand that the need that we have to do this, that we need to go there and how to get there?
Well, I think that most of the players seem to understand that there is a need for a change. However, I would say also that we still have important margins of improvement regarding our collective understanding on how we could achieve this goal, the goal of change.
Sorry to interrupt you, but do we all have the same goal? Because when we say the bigger
Exactly.
picture, do we all have the same picture in mind?
You're absolutely right. That's why it is vital for all of us to appreciate the importance of our role and mainly our responsibility towards Cyprus. We need to learn from our mistakes and we need to start working together in order to achieve our goals as a country, as a whole.
But firstly, we need to acknowledge that we've made mistakes with our tourism. It used to be the gem of the country, and now we're struggling with it to keep it shiny, let's say. It hasn't lost its glory, but it's not as shiny as it used to be because we focused on one piece of the puzzle, and that we need to acknowledge that we were wrong with that and use it and move forward.
I would say that definitely this is the first step that we need to make.
So is there anything else that you'd like to add? Maybe send out a message to both tourists that might want to visit Cyprus and key players of the tourist industry in Cyprus?
Well, perhaps the last message to the stakeholders of our tourist industry will be that I think that it is important for all of us to appreciate the fact that the team play is the only way to win. And the winner cannot always be the hoteliers, nor the government, nor the tour operators. The winner should be Cyprus. And I think this conclusion is vital for our future. The understanding and the acceptance of this principle will also determine our future course and the levels of success, not only for 2016, but also for the years to come.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.